Welcome everybody to Shyhammer Fantasy, and today I got a good game for you. It's in Adepticon 2015, which is just in a suburb of Chicago, Schaumburg. And my first game I got to fight Dwarves, and after all the games I fought with Brian, I was hoping that I had a good base knowledge of Dwarves, and of course, this fight actually kind of proved I did know a little bit about it. But anyways, my Orcs and Goblins versus the Dwarves. Let's see what he had for his army list. Alright, so in the top left over there, we have the Iron Breakers as a unit of 19 of them. They also have a Thane with the BSB. He has the Runic Standard and a Master Rune of Valaya. But he has the Runic Standard of Stoicism, and it gives him Stubborn, I believe. The Runesmith is in that unit as well, and he has the Rune of Stone and the Rune of Spellbreaking. And of course, he has all the dwarves have hatred for orcs and goblins anyways. He has two cannons with a master engineer with them, and then he has a grudge thrower and a organ gun, and there's another master engineer with I want to say it was with the it was with the organ gun. That's who it was. Those guys with the parachutes there, those are actually gyrocopters. I believe he had two or three of them. Let's see, he had two. And then he had two units of quarrelers, and those quarrelers were 16 deep and 20 deep. Besides that, he had, I believe that was it. Very solid gun line, and then he had a good Ironbreaker unit for his general. And I apologize in advance. I actually had a bunch of pictures of my army, but they came out really blurry, so you're only going to see a couple here. Right here I have my cave squigs. I have 18 of them with night goblin herders. I have a unit of 20 black orcs, and then I also have a unit of 21 savage orcs. They have the level 4 with Lucky Shrunken Head with the unit. Then I have a unit of 10 wolf boys, and inside the wolf boys is going to be Gorbat Ironclaw the general, and BSB as well, just because he has that huge leadership bubble that, and he'll get a lookout sir with the wolves. I have two Doom Divers that you can see in this picture here. I have the Mangler, as well as you can see the backside of Gorbat and his checkers here. And then I have a lone Wolf Boy, and then Night Goblin Shaman, and then the two Doom Divers. Let's go over the spells of what I have. I got Here We Go, which is a great spell to have. It allows you to reroll 2 hits and 2 wounds. The Hand of Gork, which is perfect spell for this game, which is just teleporting across. Gaze of Mork, which is basically the signature spell, and Foot of Gork, which is the #1 most important spell for Orcs and Goblins. And then the Night Goblin got Night Shroud, which actually played off decently well in this because it allows soft cover as well as dangerous terrain if anybody charges into me. So for our first round of Adepticon, we got the Dawn attack scenario, but we also have these candy objectives, which are the Hershey Kisses in the middle of the board here. And you can see in the Dawn attack we had to separate our units based on what the dice roll was, and not only that, but I had this fence and the tower in the middle of my side, so I just basically try to move everybody to the right or the left flank to run around and kind of come in on both sides to pincer him in. Let's go into round 1. I actually took my Vanguard, and I got to the candy objective, which is over here, and then I realized he has no fortitude because he doesn't have a flag, and it does nothing to go by the candy. So it is Dwarf's turn. He doesn't take his Vanguard with his gyrocopters. He does sit still because he's a gun line basically, and he goes ahead and shoots these quarrelers right into my Wolf Boy. He shoots in like 14 or 18 shots or however many guys are there, and it just blasts a hole right through him. Poor guy, man. He only has 2 wounds. And then these one of the cannons goes ahead and takes a shot at my general, kills off one Wolf Boy, and then he goes ahead and does a grudge thrower right at this unit of black orcs here, and it drifts and it goes right into Gorbat. Wow. Gorbat gets the lookout sir, and 3 Wolf Boys takes the damage for it. They pass their panic check, and he goes ahead and does The organ gun next. Oh man, this is brutal. And he shoots 8 black orcs with the organ gun. Um, Goes ahead and uses the quarrelers next and shoots out another 5 black orcs. So my black orcs just took a huge hit, 13 of them, um, before they even got to move. The other cannon goes ahead and takes a shot, and it does absolutely nothing, and it turns into Orcs and Goblins turn 1. So the Mangler moves up, and then the Night Goblins go ahead and move up. Just trying to get the Fanatics out. The Night Goblins are actually put on the wrong side of the board, and this is again due to dawn attack. I was hoping to get the Night Goblins close to my Savage Orcs, so my Savage Orcs could have Hand of Gork them over to the Quarrelers. Over on this side, I go ahead and move the Savages up. They do not touch the forest. They get really damn close, though. Black Orcs go ahead and move up, and then, of course, the Cave Squeaks move up. Gorbad and the boys actually go into the woods, and they lose one to dangerous terrain. And I believe the woods were a venom thicket, so they got poison attacks if you go close. But they'll be out by it then. Magic phase, I only got a 3 and a 1. Oh man, it's a bad time to get a low magic phase like that. And I try to go ahead and do 3 on a Hand of Gork, and he stopped it. And then I go ahead and I do Night Shroud with 1 dice, and the Night Goblin gets it off onto the Black Orcs. So then it goes into shooting phase, and I have both Doom Divers aim for that unit of Quarrelers to the right. And the first one drifts off 2 inches, but basically still hits him. And then the second one gets a direct hit. And between the both of them, they killed off 8 Quarrelers in that first round. That's pretty good. Cause a panic check, but they, of course, sit around and do absolutely what dwarves do. They probably drank it off and, had a little song for their buddies that died. Let's go into round 2, dwarves. Very little moving has gone on Dwarf's turn 2. He does move the gyrocopters to the flank of the squigs. The organ gun goes ahead and starts off the shooting phase, gets 12 shots off on my black orcs, but only kills 1, and that's partially due to the fact that they have the soft cover. Over here, the gyrocopter goes ahead and takes shots at the squigs, and it ends up killing off, I think this is with the fire template, but it kills off 6 squigs. And then the Quarrelers are going to go ahead and take more shots, and they start shooting at the Night Goblins. They see them coming, and they kill off 3 or 4 of them. First cannon goes ahead and takes a shot at the Doom Diver and blows it up. After he saw what happened that first round, he's like, hell no, he's not keeping those Doom Divers around. Second cannon goes ahead and takes a shot at the second Doom Diver and blows it up. What a bastard. So, Grudge Thrower is going for the Black Orcs, and it drifts off and does nothing. So we're going to go into, I believe that's all the shots, Orcs and Goblins, turn 2. So the Black Orcs move up, and then the Savages follow behind, using them as a meat shield for those Quarrelers. The Cave Squigs are moving up to the right flank, and Gorbad and the boys are actually staring down that gyrocopter there. The Night Goblins move up just a little bit. The Manglers running up straight into those Iron Breakers. And then, as you can see, Gorbad is charging outside the woods, trying to just put on the pressure over here. We're going to go into... I did my magic phase, but I didn't get anything off. And shooting phase, didn't get anything off because he killed my Doom Divers. So basically, it was just a movement phase for me, and it is Dwarves turn 3. So on Dwarves turn 3, the gyrocopter moves right up to the Mangler, and the other gyrocopter kind of like flies around Gorbad. This gyrocopter goes ahead and starts off the shooting phase, trying to burn off the Mangler. Mangler lives. Then one of the cannons decides to shoot the Mangler and finally kills the Mangler. The second cannon goes ahead and shoots at, I believe, tries to get a bounce on Gorbad, but does absolutely nothing. This gyrocopter goes ahead and shoots at the squigs. We randomized. No, actually, this is the template, so this is it hits who it hits. And then his Quarrelers go ahead and shoot the rest of my Black Orcs, kills off that unit. Grudge Thrower aims for the center on the Savage Orc Shaman, and of course he gets a lookout, sir, but we lost 3 Savages due to that. These Quarrelers here take more shots and finally kill off the Night Goblin that was hiding inside the unit of the Black Orcs. And then it is going to be Orcs and Goblins turn 3. So, failed animosity on the Night Goblins. They're going to go ahead and charge the plane, or the gyrocopter. The Savages are going to go ahead and charge the Quarrelers, and the Quarrelers are going to go ahead and stand and shoot. So they stand and shoot, kill off one of my Savages, and the rest of the Savages actually got in. Good job. I also declare a charge with Gorbad over here onto the gyrocopter. He only needed like maybe a 4 or 5 or something like that, and he rolled a pathetic 3. Yeah, like a 2 and a 1 and a 1 on Swift Stride. But anyways, these guys over here, they stopped 8 inches from the helicopter. They're going to go ahead and send one of the Fanatics through the helicopter. The other 2 are going towards the Iron Breakers. And then they clip the woods. In the woods, it is a venom thicket, so they get poison attacks now. Magic Phase got a 6 and a 1. Go for Here We Go, and it fails miserably. What is that? And then over here we're gonna go into close combat, I guess. And in close combat, his gyrocopter kills one of my Night Goblins, but I actually win the combat. Did a wound to it and reformed. Not only that, but they still have poison. Over here, the Savages, they end up killing about 4 Quarrelers. Quarrelers end up killing one guy back. Causes them to panic and run, and I overrun, and I run right into his Grudge Thrower, which is perfect. Savages are starting to run some chaos onto that side. We're going to go into Dwarves turn 4. So now he has to deal with this threat of the Savages coming into the one side, and then also the Night Goblin Fanatics are kind of coming in on the other side. So what does he do? He goes ahead and he starts moving the Iron Breakers away from the Fanatics, which is probably the smartest move. Gets Swift Combat Reform and starts marching them away. The Cannon decides to try to shoot at Gorbad's unit still, and it nails off 3 of the wolves. The gyrocopter goes ahead and continues to wreak havoc on these poor squigs. And then the other cannon decides to shoot at Gorbad but misses. The organ gun goes ahead and takes shots onto the squigs and just blows them out of the water. These Savages over here, they actually lose 2 guys to these to the Grudge Thrower. What the hell? And they end up destroying the rest of the Grudge Thrower, and I actually do a restraint so they don't run off the board, and they get a combat reform and turn around. Over here, the Night Goblins poison that thing and kill the gyrocopter. Then they're going to go ahead and face the cannons and hopefully hold them up for a turn. The Fanatics, one of them decided to run into the trees. The other one decided to go nowhere. And that's it for that. We're going to go into Magic Phase. I got 4 and a 1. I mean, seriously, I haven't had a single decent roll on the Magic Phase this game. And again, I'm going to go for Here We Go because these guys are the ones in combat. And it goes off and I got it. So Dwarves turn 5. And he's facing that threat to come into the side. He reforms his Quarrelers to face my Savages. And then he moves the gyrocopter over here to the side flank of the Savages as well. And that's about it for movement. His cannons are going to go ahead and try to shoot these Night Goblins, hopefully to make them panic. And sure enough, he kills off 2 at one shot. Over here, the Quarrelers are going to go ahead and take shots at my Savages. But the Savages have ward save, so they only get 1, which is really good. The organ gun is going to go ahead and shoot, and he kills another 3. And as you can see, I have a dwarf captive there. That's one of the guys with fortitude. You earn fortitude points onto the objective. It's a bonus objective. As long as you kill one of the banners in close combat, you're getting a bonus point. So, Orcs and Goblins, turn 5. My Savages finally get a turn to charge, and they're going to clip the organ gun, which is great. Whatever. Let's kill the organ gun. And then my Night Goblins are going to go ahead and charge. They charge the far cannon just because the closer cannon, I believe I was about to hit that Fanatic. I was a little bit more scared of it. Nope, never mind. I hit that front one. And they both connect. Gorbad and the boys are still coming around the corner. I kind of went around the long way with Gorbad just because I was afraid of getting shot by those cannons. And then the Fanatic runs right through those Iron Breakers. And the guy who I played, he actually said it at the beginning of the game. He's never seen a Fanatic in action. and usually the fanatics run in the most random directions and do absolutely nothing. But this guy actually killed somebody. And then this fanatic runs off to nowhere, and I believe I killed about 4, might be 3 or 4 guys with this fanatic. I didn't get a good accurate head count there. Um, and then as for magic phase, I got the foot off. Finally. I've been doing it the whole game, and the thing is, he has dispelled it every single time. But this one, it went off, and it smashes, and it smashed like 12, I want to say it was 12 Iron Breakers. He just had a lookout, sir. It was a direct hit, but even though it killed 12, I got 2 on the chance to. On a 4, 5, or 6, I would have been able to go again. 2 or 3, he gets bored and walks away. He got bored and walked away. That sucks. Used Gaze of Mork with the remaining dice, killed like 2 guys or 3. And then the Night Goblins go ahead and kill off one of the cannons, and we got from the tournament, they told us we can't start the next round because we're running out of time. So basically that's game right there, and it actually ended up in being a draw. So he had 1 cannon left, he still had a unit of Iron Breakers, and it was about to be a very bloody ending, with the savages just kind of running through, and then Gorbat finally coming around. And then especially since those Night Goblins are holding off the cannons. But overall, this was a very fun game. It was a very close game. I think there was a difference of maybe 50 to 100 points. And it really was, coming around for the Orcs towards the end. But, he still had a lot of units. He still had that giant block of Quarrelers that might have really took a chunk out of my Savages. But overall, it was a fun game. It was a fun first game. And I'll see you guys in the next game. I went through 5 rounds. This is only round 1, so be ready for round 2. I went up against Bretonians, and I'll see you guys in the next video. If you like this video, hit the subscribe button or a like button. Just hit something. Make this channel a little bit more popular that way. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Take care. Peace.